Freedom, a word often sought, rarely understood. Most believe it to be the absence of chains, the breaking of barriers, or the ability to roam without constraint. But this notion is incomplete, for true freedom is not found in the external world, but within. It is not the body's liberty we should pursue, but the liberation of the soul, the mind, and the spirit. He pauses, gathering his thoughts, then continues with more conviction. How then does one gain such freedom? Through daily efforts. A gradual, disciplined journey, rather than a grand leap. Freedom is not granted in a single moment of triumph, but is earned through countless acts of self-governance and inner strength. It is cultivated like a garden through patient labor, deliberate action, and unwavering clarity. The Stoics believe that freedom begins with understanding what is in our control and what is not. In this simple distinction lies the foundation of all liberty. Consider this. Our thoughts, our judgments, our desires, these are within our command. The actions of others, the whims of fate, the events beyond our reach, these belong to fortune, not to us. To know this truth, to embrace it deeply, is to be unburdened. For once we accept that we cannot control the world, but only how we respond to it, we begin to free ourselves from the chains of frustration, fear, and disappointment. But how do we transform this understanding into practice? It is in the little things, the daily choices we make. When we wake each morning, let us remember that we are free to choose our thoughts, our reactions, and our perceptions. No matter the storm that rages around us, we remain the masters of our inner realm. Today, when anger rises, we can choose patience. When anxiety threatens, we can choose calm. And when we feel the pull of desire, let us choose moderation. These choices, seemingly small and mundane, are the very bricks that build the house of freedom. Yet I must caution you, this path is not easy. It requires vigilance, a constant awareness of the inner dialogue that governs our minds. Every day we must ask ourselves, what is within my control today? How can I act in accordance with virtue? When we slip, as we inevitably will, let us not be harsh with ourselves. Instead, let us understand that failure too is a teacher. The wise do not seek perfection, for perfection is a mirage. They seek progress, and in this seeking they discover freedom. And what is the role of virtue in this pursuit of liberty? It is the compass that guides us. Courage, temperance, wisdom, and justice. These are not mere ideals, but practical tools. Courage allows us to face our fears without flinching. Temperance keeps us from excess, from the whims of unchecked desire. Wisdom clarifies our thoughts, helping us discern what truly matters. And justice reminds us that our freedom is not to be gained at the expense of others. Understand this, dear seeker of freedom. The greatest chains are not those imposed by others, but those we impose upon ourselves. Fear, desire, and anger. These are the shackles that bind us most tightly. And it is through the steady cultivation of our own character that we find the key to unlock these chains. True freedom is not the absence of hardship, but the ability to maintain inner peace despite it. It is not to be free from life's challenges, but to be free within them. Let us not be mistaken. This freedom cannot be bought or begged for. It must be earned through the daily labor of the soul. It is a freedom that grows from within, that shines not because it is free of darkness, but because it chooses to shine despite it. So today, as we step into the world, let us carry this truth. The path to freedom is narrow but clear. It is not found in running from life, but in facing it fully, armed with the virtues that no tyrant, no misfortune, and no circumstance can ever take away. Remember this and be free, not just for a moment, but for a lifetime.